I have a bit of a personal confession to make. I went too far, and that is totally my MO. I go too far, I cross the line. What I did during this pandemic quarantine was I drove myself super crazy in order to, I guess, take some control over a situation that I didn't have control over. So I went full force on everything that was important to me: my massage practice, my parenting, my videos for YouTube, my channel. I'm writing a novel, so I was working on that like crazy. And I also started doing hour-long daily, super intense workouts. And it was the end of a work week, and it was sort of suddenly, like I felt like I was energized and good and got adrenaline, and I just crashed. I mean, I went from high to low. And what is going on? I was able to do all these really, challenging exercises, and suddenly I couldn't lift my leg. I was so exhausted. And I realized my body was saying, hello, you need to slow down. You need to eat more, because I was losing weight and I should not have been losing weight from all the activity, and I wasn't fueling my body. I wasn't recharging. And you need to just breathe, and you need to not do 110% on everything. The most important things, yeah, go for it. But it was too much, and I spread myself too thin. And I think that we all, or at least a lot of us, have that story where we've just, tried to take control over our lives during, a very challenging and uncertain time. So I wanted to share this with you because I want to talk about finding balance, especially during a crisis like this. And it's so important. And where I really went wrong was not listening to my body. My body was probably sending me cues here and there saying, listen, we're not doing too well here. And I ignored it until it screamed and it forced me to slow down, and I couldn't go anymore. So I'm hoping that I'm getting you before the forced shutdown and, where you can actually do something before your body forces you to stop. So take a step back, slow down, evaluate your day-to-day life. What's causing you anxiety? Where are you putting too much effort that maybe doesn't need all of your effort? What's important? Prioritize what needs to be done. Are you eating healthily? Are you sleeping well and enough? Sort of answer all of those questions for yourself so that you can make the right decisions for your body before your body makes decisions for you, and that you can live in perfect harmony and balance. And there's no perfect, really, that we're all looking for that every day, and for basically our whole lives we're looking for that balance. That's sort of what life is. So today I want to play with finding balance, a little more literally with opposites, but just to explore the idea. So have a seat, nice and comfortable. It could be on the floor, it could be on a chair. Just make sure your spine is nice and straight. If you're in a chair, have your 2 feet flat on the floor. And just go ahead and start to notice how your body's feeling. Let's do a good check-in here. How's your breath? If it's shallow, can you make it deeper? If it's fast, can you make it slower? Just try. There's no, has to be a certain way. There's no right or wrong. It's just playing with the idea of changing it up a little and seeing how it feels in your body. It's a body-mind connection. So slowing the breath, deepening the breath, and just do a body scan from head to toe and find any pockets of tension anywhere, and just breathe in to that specific area. We'll do one spot at a time. You might have one area of tension, you might have a million. But just breathe into one, maybe the one that's talking to you the most. And as you exhale, see if you can relax that area. So think about breathing in oxygen, nutrients, good healing energy to that tension. And as you breathe out, think about it just flowing away, evaporating into thin air, and leaving it super calm and relaxed. So take a few minutes to do that for each area of tension that you have. You can close your eyes. Sometimes that helps to just really focus and come into the body. Breathe in the good. Breathe out the bad. And along those same lines, try to scan and see where you feel anxious. Anxiety might live in the same places where you have tension, that's super common, or you actually might have anxiety in places you weren't quite aware you were holding anxiety. Emotions really do live in the body, and we have a lot of anxiety today. So go ahead and breathe into that anxiety. I tend to hold mine in my chest. Breathe it out. And see if you can play with the idea of your anxiety being a more tangible thing. So if this anxiety had a temperature, what would yours be? Would it be hot? If so, can you play with the idea of cooling it off? Taking that anxiety inside and making it cooler. And if it's freezing cold, can you warm it up? Give your anxiety a color. If it's red, can you make it a cooler color like blue or green? If it's purple, can you make it yellow? And again, you might find that you can or can't do certain things, and again, this is not going to be graded. This is just for your own exploration. So there's no judgment here, no judgment at all. You're just exploring and being with your body and seeing what you find. Are you feeling tired, hyper, energized, sad? If you're feeling sort of down, sluggish, sleepy, I learned in yoga you can turn your palms face up, and that's a little bit more of an energizing position. I think of it almost as you're receiving energy from the environment around you, good energy coming in. And if you're feeling hyper or on overdrive or overtired or just very energetic and you want to calm yourself down more, go ahead and put your palms face down as a calming, slowing sort of posture. Is your anxiety superficial? And I don't mean superficial like not important or relevant. I mean, is it out on the outside of your body? So more towards the skin. That's called superficial. If it's more towards your skin. If it's more deep towards the inside of your body, it's called deep. Go figure. So is your anxiety carried more superficially or deep? And if it's one, can you start to see what it feels like if it were the opposite? And now we'll play with that actually moving our bodies a bit. So tense and relax. I've got a good video where you do a tension and relaxation for the whole body, and that's progressive relaxation. I have that video. But right now, let's just tense up our shoulders, squeeze them up to your ears. Who knows, they might already be there. Squeeze, squeeze, squeeze as hard as you can. Take a deep breath in. Exhale, let them go. Just let them go on the exhale. Let them down, let them rest, let them be heavy, and feel the difference between that tension and this newfound relaxation. Again, squeeze them up. So tense. Hold them up, hold them up, hold them up. Breathe in. And exhale. I don't know if you heard that, but I've got somebody driving by with their radio on for all of us to hear. That's so generous. One more time. Squeeze it up. Deep breath in. Squeeze it, squeeze it, squeeze it. Let it go. Maybe give it a little roll out. And just feel the difference between tense and relaxed. Shoulders down, nice and relaxed, feeling good. Let's generate some heat by just rubbing our hands together. And when they're nice and hot, go ahead and just rest them over your eyes. Just very centering, calming move. Allow the heat and the energy to play. And now, while our hands are up there, let's do a nice scalp massage. So what's really nice is to pick up the fascia. So I'm moving the whole scalp, which you can probably see on my forehead, right? I'm not shampooing or brushing over the scalp. I'm actually massaging, picking up the tissue and rubbing in circles, or moving it in circles, I should say. And you can explore all over, see if there are any places that are sore or super tight. You can hang out there longer if it feels good, and just breathe in and try to release that tension like we did before. You can go to your temporalis, which is a big jaw muscle, which is often very, very tight. It goes around the ear, sort of like a seashell shape. Ooh, I found a good spot. And hang out there for a bit. You can continue circling, or you can just hold on a spot that needs a little extra love. And when you feel it release, you can move on. Get the back of the head, the top, the sides, all around should feel really, really nice. I have a whole video on just scalp massage, which you might want to check out, especially if you're loving this. It's really a great way to release tension. And since we already started with a jaw muscle, let's continue. So right under the cheekbones, you're going to go into the soft area right underneath. Push in with your fingers and up a little bit as if you're going to go underneath the bones. And then you're going to just drag it down. So we're releasing masseter, our jaw muscle. That's always really tight like this. We're going to release it down. So you're just going to let gravity take it. And I'm going to look pretty silly, but I know you are too. Difference is no one can see you, and everyone can see me. So just bring it down. Let your bottom jaw hinge open. It feels really good. Right? So you're just letting gravity take you here. You're not pulling, you're just resting your fingers. Let's try it one more time. Under the cheekbones in the soft tissue, pressing up inside, and then just let it go. Open the jaw. Can't really talk while I do this. If you're like me, you noticed that your jaw was a little more sore than you thought. And just go right onto the jawbone, that TMJ, and do some nice massage circles. Let that go. These are areas where we tend to hold a lot of tension, which is why we're letting those out today, so we can find balance and be more open to new information. So you're going to take a duck hand and grab that upper trapezius, so that, all that flesh up there that likes to pull your shoulder up, go ahead and grab it. You can move your shoulder up, actually, so you can get a good grip on it if that's easier, and then hold that grip as you relax your shoulder down. It's going to stretch a little, and this might be enough for you. If that's feeling good, if that's feeling like, ooh, that's really, getting out the knots there, then that's fine. If it's feeling painful, back off. If you're not feeling enough, or you would like to do more, go ahead and start to rotate your head towards the opposite shoulder. You'll feel it stretch. And then rotating in. Now you're holding that one spot the whole time. Don't let it go. You'll just feel it moving under your fingertips. Slowly back and forth. And when you feel like that part released, you can try another part. You can go a little towards the neck. You can go a little more towards the shoulder. Either way, you can feel around. You can just sort of do a circle massage here under your fingers and poke around and see, there's a tight spot that might need a little extra. And then go ahead and do your rotations if that feels good. Wonderful. And let's go ahead and do the other side. So, squeeze it up, let it drop, hold onto that tissue, and some nice rotations if that feels good. If not, just hang out with the head in neutral, neck in neutral, and then look around for some different spots. I think everyone can use this. I'm not one to say everyone or no one or, sort of hyperbole like that, but this actually might be one that everybody needs. Switch to a different spot if you haven't already. Make sure your movements are slow and mindful. Breathing all the while. Don't forget to breathe, and breathe slowly and deeply. Great. And when you feel like that is complete, bring your arms down, just roll your shoulders to get out any extra tension. Bring one arm straight up towards the sky or the ceiling. Reach up and reach over. So you're going up first before you go over. Nice lateral spine stretch. Breathe into the rib cage that's opening up. Make sure you're turning your rib cage more towards the ceiling. You don't want to be falling like this. Up and over. And reaching other side. Up first, up first, up first, and over. Grow longer, grow taller. Open the chest up towards the ceiling. Come all the way back up, and let's take it into a twist. Put one hand on the opposite knee, and the hand behind you touches the ground to support you. Lift up, shoulders down, straight spine, and slowly look over your shoulder. Turn your upper body towards the hand behind. As you inhale, grow a little taller. As you exhale, twist a little deeper. No force, just gentle. And take it over to the opposite side, nice and slow. Sit up nice and tall and begin to twist your upper body. Maybe gaze behind you if that feels good. Inhale, sit up tall. Exhale, twist. And coming back to center. And one more, my favorite stretch. Interlace your fingers, place them behind your head. Now you're going to squeeze your shoulder blades together and also down. So as if you were putting your right scapula or shoulder blade into your left back pocket and your left shoulder blade into your right back pocket, together and down, a V down your back. Open the elbows nice and wide and gently press your head back in towards your hands, gently, just to give it a little chin tuck. Now I'm not pressing like this. I'm pressing straight back as if, you want to get a double chin, which we don't, but that's the idea. So open elbows, squeeze the shoulder blades back and down, gently press the head back. You should feel a really nice opening in the back of the neck and the front of the chest and the front of the shoulders. So nice. Deep breath here. And gently let it down. Roll the shoulders. And I hope that you are feeling a little more balanced, like we've slowed things down and listened to our bodies and take time to treat ourselves the way we should, because we deserve to be treated well, right? We work hard, but just don't work too hard. So if you like this video, you can give me the thumbs up or comment below. Let me know your thoughts on all this and subscribe to my channel. I will see you soon.